Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Abby and I am going to get you guys updated on my debt payoff journey, and I'm going to kind of show you what I'm doing to enable me to do that and to keep me accountable. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is where I got these printables. I'm going to show you like kind of what comes in this like little packet. But this comes from the Rachel Cruz website, which if you don't know who Rachel Cruz is, she is Dave Ramsey's daughter, and she also does, she has a podcast and she does, the same type of stuff that he does as well. But if you go on her website and you click on resources, they will be a bunch of quizzes and stuff like that, which I also encourage you guys to do, because her main thing that she talks about is how you grew up around money, and what went on in your household growing up affects you in your grown-up adult life with your money and how you handle situations with money. And she has a book all about that. If you guys are interested, I'll link her website below, and she's got a bunch of tools and stuff like that. But I think it's really important that, even if you don't read her book, just to, take a few quizzes and try to figure out, why you are the way you are with your money. And then that'll help you be better in the future. And, just give you kind of an understanding. I think a lot of us, we just assume that we're just stupid and that we don't have the willpower to take care of our finances correctly. But that's not always the case. There is some deeper psychological stuff going on that, if you learn about it and you can understand the way that why you do the things that you do, then it'll help you, change your habits. And, hopefully we all want to, be better for, our spouse, our kids, in every aspect of our life, but especially, you always want your kids to have, have it better than what you did. So I think that's really important. But yeah, I'll link that website below. It's a great tool for you guys. And also Dave Ramsey's website has a lot of stuff on it as well. So the first thing in this packet that I printed out is, it goes over Dave Ramsey's baby steps. So basically, if you're not familiar, baby step number 1 is to have $1,000 emergency fund, just in your account or in a savings account. That is something that you do not touch. So you leave that alone in your account. So the first page, it has the tracker for it. And I have already done that. So I've already got that, colored and everything. But yeah, so that's the first step. And then the next step is your debt snowball. So it kind of explains, and it, if you're new to the system, it like gives you step-by-step instructions on how to do that. And this does look just a little bit different from my debt confession video, because since then I have paid off 2 debts already, and I didn't want to put them on here because I'd already paid them off. I'm just focusing on what I have. So it's a little bit different. My numbers are a little bit different. But so the first thing you do is you list all of your debts, and Dave Ramsey's method is from smallest to largest, regardless of your interest rate. So I did the smallest to largest, and we are going to start with that. The first thing I have is Midland Credit Management, and I only have a $25 monthly payment that I have to make on that debt. Now, what you want to do from there, this is where your budget comes in, because you want to budget and you want to figure out how much more money can I put on this one debt each month. What can I, scrounge and scrape that I can get this paid off as quickly as we can. And Dave talks about, rice and beans. So your, bare minimum, your gazelle intense, your focus on paying this debt. And, that, I understand that looks different for everyone. Not everyone can, not everyone has the same income. Not everybody has the same family situation. So obviously your numbers are not going to look the same as a lot of people's. And that's okay. We're doing the best that we can. in the situation that we've been given. So yeah, so you just need to do your budget, figure out the bare minimum that your family needs, you know, and then once you get there, whatever you have left over at the end of the month, that's going to go towards your debt snowball. That's what it's called, a snowball amount. So I have not personally done my budget for February yet, so I'm not sure about how much I'm going to be able to put towards it. I did do my monthly budget, and I think it was around 176, I think was the amount. But obviously that amount, you know, you have a budgeted amount, but at the end of the month, we're going to reconcile our budget, and that may be different. You may have overspent in a category. You may have you may have gotten more income than what you thought you did. So it's always good to have a budgeted amount, but I like to do that extra payment at the end of the month after I've, you know, reconciled my budget and made sure that I don't have any, negative balances that need to be taken care of first, because you always want to be current. Obviously, the first thing that you need to do if you're not current is get caught up, and then you want to start working on your debt snowball. So obviously, if it's going to make you behind, if it's going to make you start using a credit card because you put, you know, this extra amount on something, then don't do it. But that's why I always wait till the end of the month. You reconcile your budget, and then you can figure out how much money you have extra to be able to put towards your debt. So that's typically what I do. I budget an amount, and then I go back at the end of the month, figure out how much that amount is, and then I'll put it towards it. So yeah, once you get all that done, so what you'll do, figure out how much you want to put towards it, and then you will put that amount onto the first balance until this balance is paid off. Then, since you're not having to pay this $25 monthly payment anymore, you're going to add that to your snowball amount, and then you'll apply it to the next one. Once you get this paid off, then you'll be able to pile the $154 that you were already paying monthly anyways. You'll be able to pile that to the next snowball amount. So it just goes on and on and on and on, and over time your snowball amount will get bigger because you're no longer having to make the monthly payments of what you were originally paying every single month. You would just take that and then add it to your snowball amount to get all this stuff taken care of quicker, if that makes sense. Dave Ramsey has a few videos on YouTube that explain that in, you know, pretty good detail. If what I said doesn't make sense to you, you can look at his stuff. But yeah, so I've got that filled out for myself, and I'm just going to keep that in my binder over here. So the next thing is you have several different debt trackers. So they each come like this packet, and it is free, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. All you have to do is type in your email on her website, and it'll download the stuff for you, and then you can print it out as many times as you need. They give you one of each, so, you know, depending on what type of debt you have, you may need several of each. So the first thing it comes with is obviously a car, and then it comes with a student loan, so a cap, and then it comes with a credit card. And then after you have done all these, like I said, you may have to do, you know, different ones. And for like my Midland Credit Management, I'm just not going to do one because it doesn't really apply to anything, but that's okay because I'm expecting to get that paid off next month. So it's not really a long-term thing. But the last thing that they have, and this is step 3 of your step 3 of your baby steps, is to get 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in your emergency fund. So you remember you started with your first emergency fund, which is $1,000, which doesn't have to be $1,000. I know some families, like it's just me and my husband, so pretty much $1,000 would cover any like just weird expense that pops up. But I know, like, you know, if you have like a family of 6, that $1,000 probably isn't going to go a whole lot. You know, it's not going to go a long way. So you may want to decide that, you know, maybe you want to save up $3,000 instead. You know, just whatever number you feel comfortable with in a savings account, that's what you need to do. Yeah, so then once you're done paying off all your debt, you just want to start on your emergency fund, and you will, you know, do all that, and then figure out how much you need to save per month to meet your goal. Yeah, so that's part of that packet. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to set this to the side because obviously I'm not there yet. I am going to fill out these debt snowball plans with you guys. So the little trackers. So the next thing that I have, besides that Midland Credit Management, like I said, I'm not going to do one for that, is going to be my Sallie Mae loan. So I'm going to do that one real quick just with you guys to show you how much. Let's see here. So I'm going to write Sallie Mae. Make sure I'm still in frame here. So the monthly payment is $154.82. Okay. And then, like I said, I'm not sure about my Snowball payment just yet. Because next month my budget is going to be a little bit different because I'm no longer having to pay rent and stuff like that. So I'm going to leave that blank. But yeah, so I'm going to put the amount owed down here. So the amount owed is $4,750.02. So it's telling me that I need to divide that by 25. So let's turn this calculator on. Okay, so 4,750 2 divided by 25. Okay, so it's telling me each row is going to be, I'm just going to do, we'll just do 190 to make it easy. It says, 8 cents, but that's, whatever. So yeah, we're just going to do 190. And so when I go to fill this out, or when I go to color this in, I'll color in whatever row that it matches up with. And so we'll get that started. The next one I'm going to do, I'm going to set this over here. Obviously I have Fed loans, but I did not print out 2 of those. I'll probably just wait until I get, because I'm not making a minimum payment on Fed loans right now because it is deferred. So I'll probably just wait until I actually start paying that off, to have like the final amount and everything finalized, and then I'll start paying the minimum plus the Snowball amount. So the next thing I have is going to be the Synchrony Home account. Which is a credit card. And that is $6,627. Nope. No, it's not, Abby. That is what I owe. So my monthly payment on this one. By the way, guys, this is the best whiteout. This Tombow. We get a bunch of different ones at work. We get this one, the big ones, which are crap. Do not waste your money on those. They mess up so easily. Like the tape and stuff gets wadded up and comes out. And then the universal ones, which is, I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's like an office supply company. This one and the universal ones are really good. Do not buy the big ones. Go on Amazon and buy this Tombow. They're way, way, way better. So that is going to be $175 for the monthly payment. Like I said, I don't know the Snowball amount. So I'm going to do 627 33. So I'm going to do 6627 33 divided by 20. So 331.37. And all I did was just round that up. All right. So I'm going to set that to the side here. And the last one I'm going to do with you guys today is going to be Tyler's car, which I had somebody comment on there asking if I forgot his car payment on my February budget. And the short answer is no, I did not forget about it. That payment is actually caught up through March, so we don't have another payment until April. But I did explain that we are just basing our budget off of my income solely. So that is the one bill that my husband has agreed that he's going to work to pay. So everything else falls on my income, but his car payment is the one that he's going to pay with whatever income he gets. So I explained that he's wanting to start a business, which they've got that in the works right now, but he's also been like door dashing to make up, his gas money and just food and stuff like that, for us to spend. And then also his car payment. So that was the one thing that he was going to pay on his own that I don't have to worry about. So that's why it's not in my budget, but I am still tracking it because my husband is not, he's not going to do it. So I'm going to do it to make sure that, because once we do get all this other stuff paid off, then I definitely am going to be contributing my paycheck and all that stuff to get it paid off. So if that answers anybody's question, no, I did not forget, but it's not going to be part of my monthly budget unless for some reason my husband doesn't make enough money on his paychecks to cover it. Then obviously I can. That's just something that we agreed upon that he was going to do. So yeah, so the Ford Focus, and the monthly payment is $282. Right, like I said, I'm not sure about the Snowball payment just yet. And the total amount is $11,008. So let's see, 11,008 divided by 50. So that is 220.16. All right, well, I have got those all taken care of, but that was really all that I wanted to show you guys today, was just give you a kind of all right, that was really all I wanted to show you guys today. Just give you kind of an idea of some resources that you could use and the method that I am using. Now, I know I said in my debt confession that I was kind of on the fence about whether to do the debt snowball, debt avalanche, because our furniture, which is the Synchrony Home credit card, it has no interest. It's not going to have any interest the entire time of our loan amount. So I'm kind of, I don't know, I'm on the fence whether I want to pay the car off before I do that, or if I want to pay that off and then work on the car, because the car really doesn't have that much interest. So we'll see. Honestly, it's probably just going to depend on the timing of my life. If I can save enough up to go ahead and just pay the furniture off completely, like with one lump sum, which is what I probably will plan on doing, then I'll go ahead and do that, obviously. But it just depends. So I'm still on the fence. Obviously, there are some good advantages to Dave's method, the debt snowball method. I think mainly his main thing is that you build up momentum, and that momentum keeps you going. You get excited. It's the psychology of it. Once you see that your balances are actually going down and that you're actually getting stuff paid off, then, you feel good about it and you feel, motivated to continue. The debt avalanche method, a lot of people, their highest interest rate debt is usually a bigger amount. So like a car or, a large credit card, stuff like that. Usually that's what has the highest interest. So, it's going to take you obviously a lot longer to pay that off, than, some of your smaller stuff. So it may, you may over time lose a little bit of your momentum when you kind of, you're paying and paying and paying, and it doesn't seem like it's, your balance is dwindling at all. So Dave's method makes sense. The psychology of it makes sense. Just mathematically, it doesn't. So, you need to choose what's best for you and what makes sense in your head, and what do you think you're going to stick with? Because even though, the avalanche method may save you a little bit of money in the long run, if it takes you, twice as long to do the avalanche method because you fall off the wagon a few times and then you decide to, pick it back up again, obviously, then you should have done the debt snowball if that was what was going to keep you motivated, because you could have paid your stuff off in a year versus 2-3 years. So, everybody's got to pick what's best for them. And, yeah, you know, we're all in this together. And you guys let me know down below if you're going to use the debt snowball method or if you're using the debt avalanche method, and how much debt you have. And what is your, I want to know what's your average snowball amount. So what do you average putting extra towards your debt every month? But yeah, if you like this type of content, definitely subscribe, comment down below, like the video, and I will be having budget videos coming out regularly Monday and Friday on this channel. So if you guys like that stuff, then just subscribe, and I hope you guys have a good one.